there. You want to make a deal with the devil? Terrible joke. I shouldn't have done that. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default 2. Last time, we learned quite a bit about our inevitable foe, the Knights Nexus, and its follower, Edna, which is also Adele's sister, but that's besides the point. But we also decided to, instead of tackling all of that and going and bringing the crystals over to Musa, to help out the people of Rheimdall with their issues. And honestly, we made a pretty big dent in the amount of side quests we had to do, but we're not done yet. Now, I said that we would be tackling the remaining Rheimdall quests previously, didn't I? So why am I in Wiswald? Well, actually, it's because there's going to be a quest here that I want to do that'll be taking us back over to Rheimdall, and I want to go ahead and just take it down now so I don't have to go do it later. So, that's where we're starting today. Such sweet memories. If only I could hear that sound again. This is a forgotten sound. Would you mind awfully seeking out a monster called the Coppice in the Frosty Forest and grabbing some of the wood it carries? I have certain memories tied to the stuff, you see. You can get a medium experience orb for this. Also, yeah, if you were wondering, it's actually been a hot minute since I've recorded the last episode, so I don't know if I talked about bringing Seth over to Hellblade. If I haven't, well, hey, we're doing it. Just covering my bases, you know? So before we go over to the Frosty Forest, which is to the northeast of Rheimdall, we're going to head over to Inderno, because there's only 2 quests for us to tackle here, and so we're going to be helping out this little village today as well. Completing it entirely this time, instead of just leaving some of the other episodes for later. As we can see, there's only 2 quests for us here, so we're going to grab both of them. I love my girlfriend and everything, but I really hate the cold. Why are you here? Could you give me some sugar rhyme from the Frosty Forest? Hey, it's like I planned this stuff out a little bit. Okay, yeah, we can get some sugar rhyme here. And then this person right over here. Sure, this is awful altogether. Jewelry heist, ooh. Listen to this. I've only had me blessed earrings stolen by a Dagon Sarman. And one of them one-of-a-kind pair and all. Get them back, will you? And teach that blighter a lesson while you're at it. Grab an earring for this woman by taking down some of those funny shaman Sahagins. That quest is pretty easy to do, so let's just walk out here, and the Sahagins should just be right outside Inderno, right for the taking, if I can let them spawn in. Hello? I went too fast, I think. Come on. There we go, just popped into existence, and he immediately tries to run away, hitting his head on the wall there. Let's kill him. Honestly, with Disaster, we should just be able to rip apart all of these guys, because I don't think they're all weak to Earth. Yeah, they are. Cool. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, even whenever she isn't a physical god, Adele is still just wiping out enemies. Got Carnelian Blades right there, and our earrings. I think I'll go over what more Hellblade can do whenever we have more of their abilities, especially since most of them are just kind of repeats of each other. We'll get to see it in action, though, later today, for sure. Let's go ahead and submit this quest to this lovely lady. You found me earrings, bless your heart. Don't tell me, you were surprised when they turned out to be so cheap and nasty looking, weren't you? I don't know, they look like a treasure chest icon to me, so, Little beauties, here will be a museum piece. Whatever you say, just give me my Hiegi's Jite as a reward. Let's go ahead and see what that's all about. Favorite weapon of the Forceful Administrator. Flash the Cash. That's a Gambler ability we haven't gone over. We've had Gambler for a very long time, and we still have not talked about it. It'll still be quite a while before we get to see that job in action. There's just a lot that I want to say and do with it, but I just don't have the ability to do that. Alrighty, as they say. Where exactly is the Frosty Forest? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You can either go from Inderno or Rheimdall. Honestly, the route is pretty similar in terms of time either way. But whichever city you take, you just go all the way to the northeast of the map, and you'll find an extra dungeon that we didn't have to do in the story. This is exactly where the Frosty Forest is. You can go here whenever you want as soon as you have access to Rheimdall. I've just held off to it because, I'll just say, this dungeon is actually pretty dangerous, even at this point in the game. Now, I do not intend to explore this dungeon in full because this is another place that we will be visiting quite frequently later on, and so if I can find treasure, I'll take it, but otherwise, we're just going to be trying to survive and complete our missions here. As you can see, these guys are very strong. If I run into an enemy that I feel like I'm confident in that I can take them out, I will. Otherwise, we're just going to be playing a bit of survival and to see if we can't get our stupid items and take down those competences. Let's see here. You know what? Screw it. I was about to say, if we had the advantage, we could have fought the spider. Let's see here. It's Arachne and the Nemophila. Okay. We can go and use a glorious turn here to examine what exactly they're all about. A lot of HP, as we can see right there. Insane. Let's go ahead and use Indefensible Teal here, I think, to lower the plants' weaknesses, their defenses, because we can use Aeroga here, ideally, to try and maybe kill these guys. Oh no, that did not do nearly enough damage. And they're going into Holy Brave. Okay, they do some pretty decent damage. We could use Runga Sword here on the entire enemy team to see how much damage it does, but I think I'm going to hold off on that and save that for a rainy day. So, Hellblade, they use up their HP in order to deal attacks. They also have Minus Strike, which if it's a damage, it scales off the amount of missing HP you have, which, you know, that pairs pretty well with the fact that they use their HP. I have Spirit Surge here from Dragoon as a means of getting our HP back immediately, so let's see what we can kind of do here. Let's apply a Ruby Blade onto the Nemophila, and then we'll apply a, what are they, to Wind? I do not have a Wind Blade on me. Wind Blade! So I guess we can apply another Ruby Blade onto the Nemophila. There we go. So we can see here now that there are 2 Ruby Blades on the Nemophila. This means that these Ruby Blades will be hitting them again and again across static turns to deal some pretty decent damage. So you can kind of think of the Hellblade as sort of a damage over time based job. They can hit every single element, and, you know, they have a pretty interesting gimmick. It also kind of explains why you might not deal as much damage immediately with the Hellblade and why their damage seems a little lower than some of the other jobs when you first, you know, get a hold of it. But in reality, they are dealing comparable damage to the other jobs. It's just in the form of a little less immediate damage. It's over the form of damage over time rather than any other direct form of damage. We can go ahead and heal ourselves up there. This guy's almost dead. Let's just go ahead and poke him a little bit. There we go. Kind of fumbled my way around explaining the Hellblade, but I think I got everything I wanted to say out there. We're going to see it deal a little bit more damage and have a little bit more focus on it as we progress through this episode and later ones, because a little bit of a goal I have for this series is I want to try and take advantage of jobs I usually don't in my own personal playthroughs, and try to see if I can't make something work with them. And Hellblade is one of those jobs. I never really gave this job too much attention in any of my playthroughs, especially my test playthrough. I played with it a little bit, but I never really sit around and commit to it. See if I can't fix that. I want to see if there's something I can do with this job that I really am satisfied with. There we go, there's a save point right there and a teleport pad, very good. And we've got a red baseball diamond pointing us to this giant tree, so I wonder if this is our composites. If they are, my twang came out right there. Let's actually use Rampart here. I'm kind of scared of any damage they might do. And then let's examine them. 11,000 HP, okay. And they can use Dread, and they can lower our stats. I am not a fan of this at all. I kind of want to use Runga Sword here, just to see if I can. Well, I obviously cannot kill them in one hit. I don't have Surpassing Power on. Screw it. Let's see what we can do.
Here I go.
Arcanist, guide my hand.
Dig deep, guys.
Okay, I'll be honest, that was a little underwhelming. They're weak to fire. I assume Earth is not going to be an ideal pick. Let's go ahead and apply Healthbringer to the party. Speed things up here so we can get as much out of this as we can. And we definitely need to get rid of that. Oh, no, the Balsam's gone. That's good. Let's see if we can't splatter these guys. Okay, we got one of them. That's good. And let's also use Invincible here. That way we can get a speed boost. I know I'm using these special moves on something that I really shouldn't be doing, but because I'm using jobs that I haven't really set up to do a lot of damage or really good setups, we're not going to be pulling any punches. Unfortunately, they absorb life there, which sucks. So we're just gonna need to use, let's use Arrow Gun. I have a feeling they won't be resistant to that. Okay, no, they're neutral to it normally. But they counter magic attacks, which is very annoying. But one's dead. Let's try twice. Okay, we're not getting the splatter. That's very unfortunate. So let's instead use Ruby Blades here, drop our HP down a little bit, and use a Minus Strike. There we go. Apply those, use Minus Strike, deal some decent damage, get deal with the devil, get our give ourselves a little bit of a regen. Top off Elvis. Let's save this special attack for later. Come on, please. Let's at least lower the physical defense. That way the swords do a bit more damage, and then we can finish them off with an attack, potentially? Now we'll just wait for the blades to come back. There we go. Please give me what I want. Okay, cool. Special wood. We can also get Ice Brands from these guys, which is very, very nice. We're still looking for 3 more Sugar Rhymes, so we should be on the lookout for those. Let's go across this bridge here. Actually, top our team up a little bit. This is definitely not the most ideal team to be running around with. We also got another Hyper Bracer right there. Very nice. So, yeah, we're definitely not in the best condition, but hey, whatever. You know what? If it works, it works, and we just, we did about 22,000 damage right there. No problem. We can walk across this bridge right here, grab ourselves another Sugar Rhyme. There we go. There's another Coppice. If you weren't able to get the item initially from that first Coppice, you can get one right there. There's also these trees that we can cut down. Very good. Leads us to another treasure chest. Oh, that's not good, actually.
Allow me.
Okay, let's actually do something a little different here. Let's just spam Kiraga on them. They're skeleton assassins, but let's just see if we can do some decent damage here. That is nothing. Wow. That was absolutely nothing. You know, I'm gonna flee this. Yeah, you can, so one big thing is you can actually flee these fights. Let's put on Berserker here. And let's... Yeah, okay, we'll just do that, but let's go ahead and regen our MP a little bit here. Let's see what we're up against. Skeleton Assassins have 7,800 HP. That is a lot. You know what? Actually, Dark Art might not be a bad idea here. Let's do it. Get Dob on everyone. Let's go ahead and put on... let's do Healthbringer, just in case. And then we are going to put on Rampart, because if we get hit here, it's going to be bad. Unfortunately, 3 of them are defaulting. But I'm going to take advantage of this and just rip into them. And just kind of hope that everything kind of works out. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the ones that didn't default are obviously still alive. And they have a decent amount of HP left. But we can use red magic here. And apply that to the enemy. And that should be enough to kill them. Ooh, not enough. They're defaulting, so it keeps them alive. We can just poke them, I think. Okay. Had to use a little bit more strategy there than normal. But we got a Poison Dagger. I think we'll have to wait until a little later for us to figure out what that does. I need those 2 more Sugar Rhymes, and then I can be out of here. Walking a little bit more to the east here gives us our 4th Sugar Rhyme. And I don't see a notification for the 5th one. Oh no, it's over there. I also got a Calarsis. Okay, let's see what that's all about. Some decent MP boosts. I might give that to Adele later, but I think for right now we're gonna hold off on that. I know where that goes, and that will lead me nowhere. Oh, no, okay, I see the other blue baseball diamond. It's down there to the southwest. I'll, see you in a second, I think? By going back to where the ambush chest was, if we can avoid the spider... Okay, we go down this path, grab this treasure, Aesthetics Cap, Aesthetics Cap, a Sugar Rhyme, and a tree that will lead us back to the entrance. Decent dungeon design. Okay, I guess I'll see you back at Wiswald and Inderno. Alright, back in Inderno, we can turn this quest in. Oh, it's you. I, just got a letter from my girlfriend, as it happens. Apparently, her new boyfriend's got her some Sugar Rhyme, so she doesn't need me to get her any now. Wait, didn't... Your girlfriend has 2 boyfriends. Or maybe, you know what? I'm not gonna question this. Ugh, what am I talking about? Of course I do. Being given to the cold shoulders made me see how horrible it is. Really? Yeah, I would think so too. Thanks for the large JP orb. I'm gonna get out of here now. Head over to Wiswall. There we go. She's gonna give this to her daughter. She's gone now, of course. My husband too. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'm kind of sad I made fun of you earlier then. Well, Oh, okay, now she wants us to go find a carpenter to make this. I don't think that's really too difficult because it's right here in Wiswall. Perfect. Well, it's the least I can do. I was definitely not the nicest person to this old lady. I was mashing through her text and everything. There we go, we got a meaningful flute for her. Would you look at this flute? You really had just made it just for me? Yes, this is just like the one my daughter used to play. That sound, it almost feels like they're both here with me again. What is it with games I've recently played, with flutes being tied to the concept of death and remembrance? Now, okay, we're here in Rheimdall. I'm not going to do that quest, but we still have quite a few things here. And so the rest of this episode is going to be focused around cleaning up the Rheimdall quests and doing what we haven't done here yet. The rest of these quests are a little bit more involved than the other ones we've done so far, so we might be here for a bit. Hopefully not too long, but we'll see how well that goes. The first one I want to do is right over here. Let's start with a pretty lighthearted one.
Hey, Gloria. You need anything from town? I was just about to head out, so... Gloria? Hey, Gloria!
Oh, forgive me, Adele. Were you talking to me?
Wow, you're completely zoned out there. Are you tired or something?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I was just thinking, that's all.
Thinking, huh?
What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Look, I don't know what's bugging you, but you need to snap out of it, and fast. You keep frowning like that for much longer, and you'll be stuck that way for good. How about you try to relax a little, Just this once. Tell you what, why don't we do something to take your mind off of things?
Take my mind off of... Oh no, I couldn't possibly.
What you can't possibly do is be so dang serious your whole life. You have to learn to let your hair down once in a while. If you don't, you'll be burned out before you know it.
Fine. What would you suggest?
Well, we need to, think of something you like to do. Do you have any hobbies?
Hobbies? No,
Don't give me that. You must like doing something. Singing? Dancing, maybe?
Well, I am a princess. I have been trained in the arts of singing and dancing, and music and poetry and painting. As to whether I enjoy them...
Fine. Which of those were you best at?
Well, I suppose if you were to insist on an answer, I would have to say painting.
All right, then a painting we will go. I'm not bad with a brush myself. What say we have ourselves a little competition?
Really? Here?
Sure, but we'll need some paints first. Let's go find us some pigment.
Hey, the big brush off. If Gloria doesn't relax soon, she's going to explode. Which is why we're going to do some painting. Portraits first. But we need to get some pigment. You can get some from big boulders. Hey, we finally have a reason to go and use our sword to take down some boulders. I think. I actually don't remember if we have to just take this down with a sword or just grab it. Either way, yeah, we need to make sure Gloria's day is brightened. I can't have our healer/tank right now feeling down in the dumps. Let's see. Oh, no, I think we're just collecting them. Oh, that's unfortunate. Our boulder-crushing sword will come in handy once again at some point, potentially. Either that or it'll be New Game Plus. Oh, dear. Grab some more pigment here.
That ought to be enough. Time to get painting.
Very well, but can we really afford to be wasting our time on such frivolities?
You bet we can. Come on, Princess Fusty Pants. Back to the inn. Miss out on a chance to show off my skills? Not likely.
That was pretty cute. So we haven't really gotten a lot of Gloria and Adele moments. This is definitely a nice side quest that'll allow those two to bond, and we get to see who exactly makes the best Pictomancer. I remember at this point in time in the game, I hadn't really messed around with Pictomancer too much, and the way this side quest finishes up actually did dictate who I ended up leveling Pictomancer on next, which, you know, a little bit of immersion in my opinion.
All right, let's get to work. You ready?
I think so, yes. But what are we going to paint?
Yeah, good question. Hey, Sailor Boy, come model for us.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you. Strike a pose, kid. I'm about to make you famous.
Okay.
So, you learned how to paint back when you were growing up at the palace, huh? Did they have a famous artist come teach you or something?
No, actually, Sir Sloane was my teacher.
What? Wow, that's not what I expected to hear.
He was no professional, of course, but he really was rather talented. He often painted the views from the palace, and when I saw him at work, I knew I wanted him to teach me.
Wow.
Stop! You mustn't move.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
She's really into this, which means my plan is working.
How much longer?
And I'm done.
Yes, that ought to do for me as well.
So, I can move now?
Yep. Why don't you come take a look at what we made of you?
I'm afraid I'm rather rusty. It's certainly not my best work.
Let's see. Whoa, Gloria, this is amazing!
I think you might have made him look a little cooler than in real life, but yeah, that is pretty good.
Let's see yours, Adele. It's certainly unique, but this one's a clear win for Gloria. Sorry.
Hey, I'm a little rusty myself, you know. And what am I supposed to do with a model like you? I'm not a miracle worker.
Oh, so it's my fault now?
No, it's just... I'm more of a landscape artist, you know? Yeah, show me some good scenery and I'll blow your mind.
Well, we have plenty of paint left. Perhaps we should find somewhere with a nice view and see what we can come up with. Not for competition's sake, you understand. I'd simply like to try.
Oh, it is on. Time for round 2. The landscaping. Let's find us that view.
There we go. Gloria's getting into it now. It's so nice to see just Seth getting bullied. He's catching strays no matter what's happening, man. It's kind of become a reoccurring thing, hasn't it? Where it's just Seth will be doing anything and minding his own business, and all of a sudden he just gets jumped. But you know what? This isn't about Seth. This is about Gloria and Adele enjoying a nice moment together and painting some landscapes. I'm going to avoid making the standard Titanic reference when it comes to painting, and we're going to move on. This should be a nice spot.
Bingo! This is perfect! What do you think? The view's something else, right?
Yes, it's wonderful. I had no idea there were places like this so close to town.
Oh, can you hear that? It's the lake saying, "Paint me, please, Adele, paint me."
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot.
Well, shall we?
Let's do this. Prepare to be outbrushed, princess.
So, what kind of paintings did you used to do back home, Gloria? Whoa, that's some serious concentration right there.
Yup. I'd say we've successfully taken her mind off things for sure.
There. All done.
Wow, this is just amazing, Gloria. You have a real talent.
Yeah. The scenery, the water. You captured it all perfectly. It almost looks real.
I can't believe you're an amazing artist on top of everything else.
Oh no, I only ever learned the basics, honestly.
All right, Adele, show me what you got. Wait, is this even finished?
What's that supposed to mean? Yes, it's finished. You don't like it?
No, it's... Wait, it's kind of abstract, right? That's why it looks this way?
I think it's wonderful and completely unique. Well done, Adele.
Whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Did all this painting take your mind off things or not?
Oh, yes. I feel like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. Thank you so much, Adele.
Oh, I didn't really do anything.
Wait, you're not sore about losing?
Oh, the competition thing was just for fun. I've done what I set out to do. Now I guess it's time we were heading back.
Sure, let's get going.
That was a nice little side quest, and we get a party chat as well. Nice! Arts Appreciation. I took a college class called that. It was alright. So, this is glorious painting, eh? Let's take a wee look. Crikey, this is good! They spared no expense teaching you, did they, Your Highness? Right, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I still can't quite believe how good you are, Gloria. Please, you're too kind. It's really nothing special. Well, compared to Adele's, I mean, yours is kind of interesting too, Adele. And art's subjective and all, so... Oh, shut up, will you? You're just making it worse. Why don't I take a look, eh? It's nicely done, this. Really? I mean, you get it, don't you, Elvis? Totally. I see where you're coming from with the whole thaumaturgical thing. What exactly, Adele? I was struggling with that word too. There was an illustration just like it in one of my first magic textbooks. So, what's the message exactly? Oh, I guess it's kind of a metaphor for liberating the world from the clutches of evil? Aye. Now I look closer. I can really see that. What? Come on, Adele, you totally just made that up. How dare you call my process into question? Honestly. Aw, man. Okay, I'll be honest. As much as I've said how much I love this cast, it's a bit of a slow burn getting to really know these guys, and because I haven't been doing a lot of these side quests, we've had a long pause, we haven't really gotten to see a lot of their development, because unfortunately, there is so much of their development that is tied to side quests, so you don't really get to see it in the story. We're finally getting to these quests that just... Oh, I love them so much. Anyways, Elvis here has a quest for us.
You've been to Rheimdall before, Adele. What's good to eat round these parts?
Let's see. Well, I seem to remember the roast snow elk being pretty good.
Ah, now that does sound tasty. One plate of your finest snow elk, if you will, good sir.
Sorry, I'd love to dish you up some, but snow elk can't be found for love nor money these days. I can do you a nice bit of Alp swine, though. That any good to you?
Alp swine?
If that's all they have, we should probably give it a try, don't you think?
Sounds good to me.
Hang on. Can we maybe give the Alp swine a miss?
Huh? Why?
Well, it's just a bit, it's just a bit sad that we'd be commemorating our visit with a plate of something so, basic, you know.
Nope. What are you even talking about?
Look, it doesn't matter. Let's just agree we won't be eating any Alp swine, alright?
If you don't like it, you can just say, you know.
No, it's not that. It's just, it's a very particular flavour and I'm not always in the mood for it, that's all.
Well, in the absence of any other options, we may have to...
No! Stop! I can't do it, please! Anything but Alp swine!
What are you, 4 years old? You really don't have anything else?
Sorry, love. Not since the snow elk up and left for who knows where. It's a bit of a problem, actually. Their hides are what we make our clothes out of to keep the cold at bay, see? And while it's been getting that bit warmer these past few years, it's not exactly tropical around by here just yet. So, if you do happen to see any while you're out on your travels, you let us know, won't you? We'll make it worth your while, I promise.
With a nice plate of venison, you mean? Yeah, sounds good to me. Hey, come on, gang. Let's get deer stalking.
You're really that desperate to avoid the Alp swine?
Don't be silly, you heard the man. If we don't go and find some of these snow elk, all of Rheimdal's gonna freeze to death.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like we should go and see what we can find.
That's the spirit. How hard can it be to sniff out a couple of elk, right? Come on, let's get to it.
So, okay. This is our, let's see here, third quest now that has revolved around us trying to get some local cuisine. We had the fresh fish side quest in Halcyonia. We had the quest with Truff in Savalon. Wiswald, we had the tea, and now we have elk. It seems like that's kind of a consistent thing. Now, actually, before we go and elk hunt, I think it's best if we prepare ourselves. You know, Savalon's winter and what... Savalon's winter, yes, totally. I got that mixed up. Rheimdal's winter can be pretty rough, and we want to make sure we are set to go. I went way past the end, didn't I? Got too busy talking about Savalon's winter. Anywho, now that our stuff is all set up, we can move over here to the far east, and we'll kind of get a notification of where exactly these elk might have moved away to. I mean, I guess they could be migrating, but I don't really think elk tend to migrate all too often, so something must be scaring them off. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Make sure you're prepared at least a little bit. We're gonna be in for a little bit of a fight.
The snow used to be so much deeper around here.
Guess it really has been getting warmer.
Guess so.
Everyone, over here!
What is it, Gloria?
Look at these footprints. They're enormous. Too big to have been made by a bear, even.
What was that?
Whoa! Look at that thing!
Crikey! This will be the lads who left those footprints. He's a big old unit, eh?
Damn it! Look out, everyone! This is
Never in all my days did I ever think that a Bravely Default game would let us fight against Blood Moon Ursaluna!
Very well.
Yeah, I'm not going to be using its actual name, even if it is pretty cool. Magnifying Glass time! Running out of those. 40,000 HP, we to water, light, daggers, and spears. Unfortunately, we're not very well set up for that, are we? So we're definitely going to need to see if we can splatter this guy. There we go. Ooh, okay.
Guess it's my turn.
Got splatter on his butt there, too. Let's go ahead and default here with Seth, and then we're going to want to start building ourselves up for some decent damage here. Let's start by using an indefensible teal. And let's also get a rampart up here. And then we're going to apply 2 ruby blades, I think. There we go. Why did I do that? I could have applied 2 water blades. Whatever. Let's go ahead and use a Zapperable Chartreuse, and then let's see if we can do some decent damage with Disaster. There we go. Yep, almost maximum damage. There's maximum damage right there. Let's go ahead and use Kiaraga. Heal everyone up. Some decent damage from there. Let's do another indefensible teal, and let's go ahead and apply ourselves some sapphire blades. That's better. Get a lot more blades up there. As we see, we got 1 more round of ruby blades and 2 sapphire blades. Let's go ahead and heal up with Gloria, and Adele will do a little bit more disasters. There we go, and that should be enough to take down Blood Moon Ursaluna, which really didn't put up much of a fight, I'll be honest. Got Emerald Blades there, I think that's our wind, and Gloria maxed out Bastion, getting BP limit up. No items, unfortunately.
What the heck was that thing?
It looked like a bear, but some kind of monster-fied version, I guess.
Perhaps it was what caused all the snow elk to disappear.
Could be. Wonder where it came from.
Maybe our friend the innkeeper knows. Shall we go and ask him?
Yes, I think we should. Let's head back to town.
Off back to the inn, I guess. I mean, at least, hopefully, the elk will come back. So, I mean, that's a win in my book. Yeah, that fight isn't really all that bad. It's just another you know, kill the monster. It's only got 40,000 HP. You've definitely dealt with things much more dangerous than that Blood Moon Ursaluna than at this point. So, I mean, it might catch you off guard a little bit, but if you die, you just reload, come back, and you kill it. Not too bad. Here we are. Hey, buddy.
You clobbered some kind of giant bear-like beastie, is it? Nah. Can't have been.
Can't have been what?
Well, there's a legend we have, see, about a creature called the Moon Guzzler.
And you're saying that's the monster which attacked us?
You never know. The story goes that this whole area was once all green forests and grassland, and the Moon Guzzler was the scourge of just about everyone. The beast was insatiable, roaming the land, devouring anything and everything. Nothing and nobody was safe. The Lord of Dragons tried to reason with it, but to no avail. And when reason failed, he tried to drive it away by force. But the creature proved unstoppable. In the end, our Lord and Master had no choice but to exploit the beast's one weakness, the cold. And so the land was wrapped in snow and ice. That's how Rheindal and everything around it came to be how it is today. At least, that's what the legends say.
And you really think the thing we fought was the monster from your story?
Can't say for certain, but based on your description, I'd say it might have been. Could be that things thawing out a bit has brought the old beastie back.
I mean, it was tough, but legendary monster tough? I'm not so sure.
Well, it's only just woken up after a long old sleep, innit? Stands to reason it wouldn't be at its best. Either way, maybe now you got rid of it, a snow elk or two might come sniffing back around. Pop by next time you're in town. I might just have a roast for you that'll knock your socks off.
Sounds good to me. We'll be here with bells on.
In the meantime, I guess we'll have to settle for Alps wine, huh?
We will?
Of course. We can't very well turn our noses up at the only thing on offer.
Give me strength.
So, we just potentially killed a literal living legend. Well, it's not living anymore, but still, that's insane if that's the truth. Also a disconcerting delicacy. All that hard work and no snow elk to show for it. Well, there's always regular venison. I hate to break it to you, but snow elk is nothing like venison. It's not, but it's just deer meat, right? Well, no, actually. Snow elk, despite the name, aren't deer at all. English striking again with, hey, let's give this something a name that has no correlation to what it actually is. They look like them, but they're really a species of cow. A cow named after a type of deer? That's confusing. Wow, now I want to try it even more. And you know what's even more confusing? It actually tastes a lot like pork. You what? So it's a cow named after a deer that tastes like a pig? Yep, that's confusing, all right. Yes, it's a little hard to get around one's head. Look, the animal kingdom is complicated, okay? Things don't always fit neatly into little boxes. Guess they don't. They really don't, eh? Yeah, makes you wonder what the Moon Guzzler would have tasted like. Chicken, maybe? Aye, could be. I wish we'd kept a leg or two to stick in the fire now. Kind of glad we didn't. Actually, I am curious. If people know what bear tastes like, that probably gives you the best idea of what the Moon Guzzler might have actually tasted like. Now, I'm actually curious to see what this quest is over here in the military encampment. Brr, I'm freezing. Delete some Goliaths. You get an Artemis bow for that. Oh, I guess we can go ahead and do that. Killing some Goliaths isn't really all that difficult. In terms of one last side quest we can do, there's 3 more big cutscene heavy story side quests we can do here. And I have debated long and hard over which one I should do. And honestly, I need more time. Let's go take care of those Goliaths. Right over by Serpent's Grotto should be where we can find our Goliaths. Right here. Playing out those Goliaths, pretty easy. I went ahead and swapped Gloria back over to Salvemaker, since I think that should be the next job I level up on her. I'm making pretty good progress. I've been able to level up quite a few jobs. I'm still a little bit ahead of schedule, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and turn this in, get myself a second Artemis bow, which, you know, probably will come in handy, who knows. I like the bows in this game, so there we go. Yes, I did kill the Goliaths. Now please give me my bow. Oh, I have to do more, don't I? Yep, I have to go kill the White Fangs now. White Fangs can be found in the early stages of the Jaws of Judgment dungeon. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Beast Flesh here to make it to where more of them will spawn. Hopefully I can get this down in one round. Oh, hello! Big Wiki. Let's see if I can't get rid of this. I got 2 big Wikis and all of the wolves killed. That's a lot of EXP and JP. Holy crap. And 8,000 Peeg. And we got ourselves the Worm first. Perfect. Wait, I only got 1? Oh my goodness. After spending about another 10 minutes or so looking for those stupid wolves, I was able to get all the fur coats, and now I'm back here in Rheimdall. Woo! Yes, please give me my bow now. Thank you. Okay, as I was saying, I was having a hard time just trying to decide which of these quests I want to do. But honestly, at this point, I think I'm just going to pick the one that has the least amount of dedication to it, and say hi to Elvis again. This will be our last quest for today.
What's going on, Elvis?
Oh, poor wee fellow's lost. We can't have come far the way. He must belong to someone here in town.
Maybe there's someplace nearby.
Aye, I thought the same thing. Nobody's come looking for him, though. And him only a pup and all. Where's your ma and your dad?
Let's go ask around. Somebody must know something.
The mystery couple. This poor wee puppy's lost. Can't have come far, though. He must belong to someone here in town. Let's ask around. Someone's bound to know something. Find the puppy's owner. Someone who, you guys probably might have heard her in the background. I've got a very noisy corgi, along with a slew of other animals. But yeah, this cutscene definitely resonates with me because, you know, dogs.
You wouldn't happen to know who he might belong to?
Oh, not again. Sorry, the little rascal's forever running off. Hang on, that's not our dog.
Course it's not. Ours is out running round the garden.
What are you on about running round the garden? Poor thing only went and hurt its leg 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and then this nice lady came by and fixed it. I've never seen healing skills like it. Poof, just like that, and the little tyke was fixed. Yeah, she was a pro, and no mistake. And to think she didn't even stick around long enough for me to say thanks. Wanted to ask her how she came to know so much so young, I did. You don't see many like her, that's for certain. Easy on the eye she was too. Bit stern looking maybe, but in a captivating way, you know?
Quite unruly, are you? Sounds like you've given up on your actual wife.
No, love, don't be silly. Can't a man appreciate a beautiful woman with some beautiful skills without...
Are you trying to wind me up? One more beautiful out of your mouth and I'll put my flipping foot in it.
Seems you've a thing or two to be hashing out between you. We'll be getting along. Guess that wasn't the wee one's home then. Still, it was only our first try. Don't worry, little one. We'll soon sniff out your ma and your da for you.
Aw, almost sounds like he's asking us if we're sure.
Listen to you, putting words in the poor pup's mouth. Less of that. We've an owner to find.
Yeah, come on, Seth, lock in. Also, can you have a garden out in the middle of the cold? I mean, okay, there's gotta be some way they could, because otherwise that seems like it would be a really dumb statement to make. But hey, I mean, we have a lead on where this dog might be coming from.
Sorry to bother you while you're working, but...
Back after all, is it? Good. I'm glad you've finally chosen to act like a grown-up. Oh, wait. Not who I thought it was. What can I do for you, then?
We're trying to find out who Rover here belongs to.
Sorry, not mine. I ain't got a dog.
Something troubling you?
Well, I took on this young bloke, see? But he up and left just like that. No experience, but strong as an ox. Took to the old smithing like a duck to water, he did. And what's more, he listened. Like, properly listened, you know? And I never saw such an hard worker. So there I was, egging him on, telling him he'd soon be the best for miles around. And then he goes and says it. Out of nowhere. Sorry, mate. I'd love to stay and learn more, but I've got things to be getting on with. There's someone who needs me. You know how it is. And just like that, he was gone. Honest hard workers like that don't come along often. Gutted I was.
Not here either, eh? Sorry, little. Eh? Where's the pup gone?
He must have run off while we were talking.
Ah, that's no good. Come on. We'll split up and find him.
Where do we need to go, Seth? We go all the way down south, but it seems like we're hearing about a young man and woman who've been going around and breaking some waves here in Rheindal, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, you didn't half have me worried, you little rogue, you. How many times have I told you not to go running off like that?
Well, would you look at that? Seems he found his owner all by himself.
Not quite by himself, no. A couple it was. A great big burly bloke and a proper snooty-looking woman. Wasn't so sure about them at first. They didn't seem exactly the do-gooder type. Didn't help that the big lad was covered in cuts and bruises either. But it turns out that was only because of the runaround this little devil gave him. Aren't you naughty, eh? Ran off before I had a chance to thank them properly, they did. Proper mysterious, like. Anyway, that's enough excitement for one day. Come on, you, off to bed.
I guess all's well that ends well, huh?
A great big burly bloke and a snooty woman, eh? Can't help thinking that sounds familiar. Anyway, that's the case of the lost wee doggy solved. Nice work, everyone.
May not be super familiar to Elvis, but we definitely know who she was talking about. One last party chat for the road. Cats or dogs? Age-old question. Okay, guys, here's a question for you. Cats or dogs? Cats, I guess, but why would you even want to know? Oh, I'm just curious, that's all. It's no big deal, I'm a cat person too, by the way. I find them soothing somehow. Well, I'm a dog man all the way, and that does not surprise me at all. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against a muggy. I just seem to get better on with dogs. They're friendlier on the whole. Hey, cats can be pretty friendly too, when they're in the mood. It all depends on how you treat them. What about you, Gloria? Which do you prefer? Oh, I'm more of a dog person. I used to have a little Etole, in fact. Etole? I don't know dog breeds. I used to keep a cat back on the boat. Really? Can cats live at sea? Sure they can. And you need them too. How else would you keep the rats under control? Yeah, they're pretty good at that. You should have seen this one. I used to give her a treat every time she caught something. I like your thinking. Nothing crazy, just a little fish or something. She got too old for it in the end, though. Had to leave her back at port. Wonder how the old girl's doing. That's really nice. In terms of my opinions, I mean, I've had a lot of cats and dogs in my ownership over the years. I think, personally, I would probably say I'm more of a dog person. But I'm very similar to Elvis. I have absolutely nothing against cats. They're both really, really awesome creatures. And honestly, it's really nice to have a pet, you know? And I think that's actually a pretty decent place to stop for today. There's still quite a bit we can do. I mean, we have Mr. Inconspicuous over there that we could go and talk to, but I don't think that's really going to be something we do for today. There's still more quests in Rheindal, 2 more to be exact. I'm not going to talk about Super Boss 1. But I think it'd be best if we go ahead and have a change of scenery. So, next time on Bravely Default 2, I'm going to be moving over to Wiswald and seeing if we can't help out people over there. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.